learning outside creates an environment in which you don't have to teach what to learn. You are more focused on how to learn. So we find something that we are discovering together. After 15 years of doing environmental education, I realized that all you really needed was a backpack, some binoculars, some water, maybe a journal, and enthusiasm and curiosity of both the students and their leader. So if we're walking along in the woods and we hear a bird, we can stop and say, oh, there's that northern parula. Maybe we'll look at it on an app and see what it looks like and try to find it while we walk around. Or if we roll over a log and we find a beetle and some grubs and some snails, that might lead into a whole conversation about why the beetle looks the way it does, and why is it living under the log, or why does a worm move in the way it does, and what does it eat? You can spend hours in one question, or you can move along to the next thing because they're using their own enthusiasm for learning to guide. There is this great empathy that evolves in children when they're in nature. It becomes harder to kill an ant after you've disturbed its ant pile home and you see these ants carrying the larva baby ants deeper into the ant mound to protect it. You start to get a sense of they do things as we might do things. There are no tricks involved as far as getting people to learn things. It all develops pretty naturally with maybe a single idea. So I don't often plan too much for when we go on our walks, but sometimes I'll bring a prop. Like this past weekend, I brought some hot water, and then along the way, we decided we would make wild tea. So we picked young rose leaves, baby sweet gum leaves, sorrel leaves, and all sorts of things that are edible, and added them to our hot water as we walked along. And we found a spot that we wanted to sit down and enjoy our tea. I brought some muffins, and it was raining, so we really needed a shelter. So my co-leader had brought some supplies, ropes, some clips, some bungee cords, and a sheet, and the kids worked together to develop their shelter. In the beginning, they are quiet and they stay right by your side. There's a lot of, I can't do this, or I'm tired, or if I'm walking across a log and they say, oh, I can't do that. So you hold their hand while they cross it, who are worried about maybe snakes, maybe spiders. By the end of Wonder Walks, those same kids know exactly where they're going. The kids are actively engaging with their bodies and their minds, which can be loud, it can feel chaotic, but for me, all I can see is their joy. I can't feel anything but grateful that they sort of force me to shed my own self-consciousness, and I am right there with them. This might be a memory that they hold on to forever. And how wonderful would that be if they could remember not only being happy in the woods, but feeling safe in the woods, and being with their friends in the woods, and being connected to this world that we live in, so that no matter where they go in their life, that will be a value to them.
Seen from above, Earth's